Make sure you've got all the balls that you need. We might use a little bit of everything, so just have access to what you enjoy. And just take a moment to lie back and breathe. All right, taking a nice deep breath all the way in and deep breath all the way out. And just notice as you're breathing, what are you aware of in the area of your low back, your sacrum, back of your pelvis, position of your legs, any tension in the hips as you lie there still. Just take another nice deep breath all the way in and deep breath all the way out. And we'll begin lying on our backs so you can just stay where you are. Maybe just take a stretch first. Reach out through your arms and your legs and your fingers and your toes. You can tuck your knees into your belly and just rock around a little bit here. Maybe stir the knees around. And then place your feet flat on the floor and just make sure you have a little bit of room to be able to kind of scoot in the direction of your head. And then take one black ball and just have it ready. You can hold on to it in your hand. And on your inhale, tilt your pelvis forwards, your low back gently arches. And as you exhale, just connect front to back to floor as you press your low back into the ground. And as you do this, notice if you're kind of squeezing into your glutes and see if you can let that go. So the inhale tilts you forward, and the exhale tilts you back. We'll do that one more time. And then tilting back, lift your hips up and take your black ball to top center sacrum. So you want to be just at the very top of the pelvis here. Okay. And then just resting all of your weight down into the ball. Try to start as high up on the back of the pelvis as you can reach. So make sure you're directly on the bone. You're not in your lumbar spine, so you're not in the curve of your back. You're just at the very top of the pelvis. So adding just a tiny bit of traction, maybe with your thumbs, your hands can just be resting underneath your hips on each side of the ball. Take a nice deep breath all the way in and deep breath all the way out. Just let yourself sink in. You can add more weight by walking your feet in closer to your sit bones. Lift your heels up and just be on the balls of your feet. That'll add a little extra weight here. If you're comfortable with taking your feet all the way off the ground, you can lift your feet up. And if that feels good, you can also straighten your legs and just have your feet hovering above you and just let the weight of your legs just rest down into the ball. And if your feet are up in the air on your next exhale, bring your feet down to the ground. And then a very small micro shift, just move your body towards your head. The ball will go down, taking it down just to the next spot, center sacrum. And just pause here and breathe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Same options here, walking the feet closer, coming up onto the balls of the feet. Maybe taking your feet off the ground. Maybe lifting your feet up in the air. And when you're ready, if your feet are up, you can exhale and bring your feet down to the ground. Small movement, move your body towards your head. The ball will go down. It might be like 2/3 of the way down the center of the sacrum now. Here we'll pretty much just keep the feet on the floor. Once the ball gets a little bit lower, lifting up doesn't really apply the same amount of weight. It can. You can try it for yourself, see how it feels. Or just keep your feet on the ground. And take another deep breath in. And deep breath out. Move your body towards your head. Take the ball down to just above your tailbone, the tip of your coccyx. You can just keep your hands under the backs of your hips on each side and just allow your low back to just gently rest towards the ground. All right. And then just tilt your knees off to one side, take the ball out from under you, extend your legs out, and just take a moment to notice how that feels. Okay. Now take two black balls. Scoot down a little bit if you need to. Bring your feet flat to the ground. The balls will be together, so you want to make sure that they're touching. Okay. Lift your hips up and take the ball to top of the sacrum. You'll be just to each side of center. And then keep your hands on the ball here, using that traction, pressing the balls away from your head. And just take a moment to breathe into the balls here. Just allow your body to melt and rest on the balls completely. And again, you can lift your feet off the ground if you want to. Lift your feet up in the air if you want to. And exhale, bringing your feet flat down to the ground. Keep your weight in the balls. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down just a little. And stop right there. Breathe into this next point. Here you have maybe a new option. You can bring your feet together and your knees wide. Just see how that feels. Enjoy how that feels. You can stay like this a little bit longer. Take another breath. Make sure you're using that bit of traction, especially if your knees are wide so that your low back doesn't arch. And then bring your feet flat to the floor. Push into your feet, move the balls down a little bit. And deep breath in and deep breath out. And see how it feels to bring the feet together, knees wide. If you like how that feels, you can stay in that position or just keep your feet flat on the ground. Just have my thumbs just very lightly pressing into the tops of the balls. And deep breath in and deep breath out. And if your feet are together, bring your feet flat to the ground, knees up. Move a little bit towards your head, the balls will go down. Make sure the low back isn't arching. Just let your body weight sink into the balls here. Next exhale, sink in, move toward your head a little bit more. The balls will go down to kind of right into the posterior edges of your sit bones. If you feel like you have a little more room to go, you can take the balls further down. You might feel your low back resting on the floor now, and just very light pressures into the balls at this point. And just tilt your knees off to one side, take the balls away, and see what that did for you. Okay. So bend your knees. Make sure you've got room still to go towards your head. This time, you'll take the balls back up to the top of the pelvis. So last time you had the balls touching. This time, pull the balls apart in each direction a little bit so that they're a little bit wider. And I wouldn't say that you're quite halfway out each side. You might be like just on the inside of that halfway point on each side. Also, make sure you're on the bone. So the pelvis goes up just a little bit here. You might need to have the balls a tiny bit higher than where you were last time. Once you feel like you've got a good spot, just anchor the balls here, press the balls away from your head. Feet are flat on the ground. Just let your body weight sink into the balls. And deep breath in, and deep breath out. Keep pressing into the balls. Just bring your feet together, knees wide. Deep breath. And then bring your feet flat to the ground. Maybe bring your knees towards you and just see how that feels. Just finding different ways to sink deeper. If your feet are off the ground, just bring them back down to the floor. Keep your weight in the balls. Move your body towards your head. Very small micro shift. The balls will go down. Stay right here. Deep breath in and out. See how it feels with soles of the feet together, knees wide. And on your next exhalation, sink into the balls. Bring your feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down a little bit further. Here, I just have the very slightest pressure into the tops of the balls with my thumbs. And see how it feels to have the feet together, knees wide. Make sure your low back doesn't arch. Deep breath in and out. Bring the feet flat to the ground, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls a tiny bit further down. Then you can see what it's like to have the feet together, knees wide. And if you like how that feels, stay there a little longer. Inhale and exhale. Bring your feet flat, knees up. Move again towards your head. Take the balls a little bit lower. It may feel like you don't have a ton of pressure in them, and that's okay. Just very light stimulation into the posterior edges of the sit bones again. You can bring the feet together, knees wide. Again, there's not a really strong sensation here either, so just pick what feels comfortable. And when you're ready, feet flat, knees up, and just tilt off to one side. Take the balls away. Lie into your back. See how it feels. Dude. All right, so we're almost there, y'all. We're gonna start over again. Feet flat, knees up. This time, take the balls out to each direction, just a little bit wider apart. So you might be kind of halfway out on each side of the pelvis. Buddy, turn around. There we go. All right. So again, you want to make sure that you're starting on bone, that you're not in your low back. Using strong traction so that your low back stays long and comfortable. So right about here, we're in the sacroiliac joint area. You might notice a little more tenderness, a little more sensation. Here you can bring the knees in towards you. And also bring the feet up in this position and see if that gives you more weight. And when you're ready, just bring your feet down to the ground. Keep your hands on the balls, keep your weight in the balls, move your body towards your head. Take the balls a tiny bit lower. It's a very small micro shift. Don't let the low back arch. See how it feels to bring the knees in. Bring the feet flat to the ground, and also then bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees wide. The ball is still at the same point, just different positions with the legs help us get into different aspects of this area. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. And bring feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. The ball's down a little bit further. Here you don't need to use as strong of traction. You can just have your thumbs pressing into the ball. Feet together, knees wide. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. And take the balls down. Feet together, knees wide. See how that feels. And feet flat, knees up. Move toward your head. Take the balls a little lower. And feet together, knees wide. See how that feels. And then feet flat, knees up. You feel like you have a tiny bit more room to go. Move towards your head. Take the balls just a little lower. They're going to be like right at those edges of your sit bones here. Not a lot of weight, not a lot of sensation. And just tilt, take the balls away, and see how that feels. Okay, we are almost there. Scoot down if you're out of room. And then take each ball. So last time we were about halfway out on each side. This time you'll take them just to the outside of that halfway point. Again, you want to start at the bones and make sure you are on bone. Really use strong traction here at first so that your low back stays long. And you can bring your knees right in to add that extra weight. Lift your feet up. And then if your feet are up, bring your feet down. Keep your weight on the balls. Move towards your head. Take the balls down a little bit. Stay right there. Here you can bring the feet together, knees open, using traction. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down. Here you don't have to use as strong of traction. You can use your thumbs. Feet together, knees wide. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down. Here again, if it feels good to you, you can have the feet together, knees wide. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down. Deep breath. Maybe feet together, knees wide. Just see how that feels to you and decide what feels better. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. The balls will go down just to this lowest point now. Not a lot of weight, not a lot of sensation. And then take the balls away. Okay. Last line. Take the balls back up to the top of the pelvis. Going to be on that like last quarter on each side. Just kind of as far out as you can be and still have some weight on the balls. Press your hands into the balls. Make sure you're on bone. It's a little bit thicker in this area. We've got muscles that overlap each other. We've got glute max and glute medius and minimus all attached in this area. I think it's probably best here just to have the feet flat. Don't let the low back arch. On your exhale, just push into your feet. Move your body a little bit towards your head. Keep pushing the balls towards your sit bones. And then just find a spot and breathe into it. Here, you can bring the feet together, knees wide. And bring the feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls down. And feet together. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls a little further down. Keep adding just a little bit of traction here. Low back is resting towards the ground. And feet together, knees wide. And feet flat, knees up. Move your body towards your head. Take the balls further down. Here you can pick your feet up off the ground to get a little extra pressure if that feels good to you. I'm not picking them all the way up, and I'm not tucking my knees in, just lifting and letting them hover. You can also bring the feet together, knees wide. Feet are on the ground. And feet flat, knees up, and pull each ball out to the right and the left a little bit. And then bring your feet together again, knees wide. Flat, knees up. Pull each ball out to the right and left a little tiny bit more. Bring the feet together, knees wide, adding that traction. Working around the hip joint and the femur bone here. And feet flat, knees up. Pull each ball out a tiny bit further, right and left. Keep pressing into the balls. Bring your feet together, knees wide. Adding that traction, strong traction here. And feet flat, knees up. Pull each ball a little bit further out, right and left. It'll feel like you're barely on them at this point. Just keep them there. Bring your feet together, knees open. Now you feel a little bit more. Keep pressing your hands into the balls. Flat knees up, take the balls away. Straighten out your legs and see how that feels. Okay, so now just roll yourself over to one side and come on up. And I'm going to suggest a pearl for this. You could always use something else, and that's fine. A pearl is going to go just a little bit deeper. I want to do a little bit of work just along the side of the iliac crest here, and we'll take it across the bone, and we'll take it down and peel back into the glutes. And then we'll go down into IT band and hamstrings and quads. Okay. So We won't spend a whole lot of time, just kind of touch upon each of those areas so that we can get through both sides. And let's see, you will be moving towards your head, so make sure you've got room. So come on down onto your right side. You'll take the ball directly onto the top of the hip bone on your right elbow and forearm. Now you can use a smaller ball for this as well, so if you'd rather use the black ball for this, that's fine. Okay, so make sure you are like just before the waist. If you roll up any higher, you'll be in the waist. So you want to be right on the bone, just below the waist. And press down into the ball. And then tilt a little forward. Take the ball forward towards that front right hip bone. Breathe into it. Come all the way around. Bring that left knee down to the floor. Both elbows on the ground. The ball is right at the top of this front right hip bone. Move a tiny bit to the right. The ball will slide in just to the inside edge of that hip bone. Big breath here. Sink into the ball. Shift yourself to the left. The ball is spreading out that bone. Come back onto your forearm. Turn around onto your side. From here, slide your body a little forward. The ball will go back. You can support your head if your neck gets tired. And at each point, I just want you to really sink in. So we're not in constant motion. We're just going one little bit at a time. And taking that ball a little further out, sinking in. Taking the ball a little further back, sinking in. And taking it all the way back to the right side of your sacrum. And then you can have your hand on the ball if you don't need it at your head. Press into the ball. Slide your body to the left again. You're spreading out that bone. Come back onto the side of it. Make sure everything is nice and long. Okay, so once you're back onto your side, everything is lined up. Okay. Now move your body towards your head a tiny bit. Take the ball down. Tiny bit. You're going to stop right there. Sink in and breathe. I'm going to have you tilt a little bit forward. It's just a small little shift, tilting forward. Back onto your side. Shift your body a little forward. The ball will go back. So we're not tilting forward, we're shifting forward. Slide that elbow along with you. The ball's moving back into your glutes. You'll feel it react, right? You're going to sink in and keep moving just little increments at a time. And taking that ball back through the glutes here. And then sink in and start to go back the way you came. Sinking at each point. Once you're back onto your side, move toward your head. Take the ball a little further down. Here, you'll kind of be right in the area of the hip joint. We're just going to sink in to the hip joint here. And add additional weight by picking up this top leg. You can put the foot on the leg, not on the inner knee, but on the thigh, if that adds extra weight. If that's not helpful, just leave it on the ground. Very small micro shift, move towards your head, take the ball a little further down. Now you're in your leg. Okay, so you're out of the hip joint. You're in the very top of your thigh. Sink in here. Tilt forward. The ball will go forward. Come back onto your side. Tilt back. The ball will go back. Come back onto your side. Move your body towards your head. Take the ball down. Now you're moving into your IT band. It's a lot. You're going to sink in here. Tilt forward. Come back onto your side. Shift a little forward and then tilt towards the ceiling. The ball will go back. Come back onto your side. Maybe one more spot. Take the ball down a little bit lower. It gets harder to hold yourself up. Just do your best. Sink in. Tilt forward. Take the ball forward. And tilt back. Come onto your side. Come off the ball. And just first observe your legs with your legs straight out. And just see what that leg is doing. And then lie onto your back. I won't stay here long. Just want you to do a little check-in. See how that side feels. Okay. Roll yourself over. Come up. We'll do this side. So again, you'll be moving towards your head. Come onto the hip bone on your left side. Prop yourself up on your forearm. Into the ball. Tilt forward. And tilt a little more. And come all the way onto both elbows. Right knee is out. Ball's at the top of the hip bone. Take a breath, sink in. Shift your body to the left a little bit. The ball will go in slightly. Breathing here. And then sink in. Slide your body to the right. The ball will go back out to that bone. Slowly come back onto your side. Once you're on your side, shift your body forward. The ball will go back. We're tracing the bone back. At each point, take a moment to sink and breathe. Take it all the way back onto the sacrum on that left side. Once you've gone as far out as you can, sink in and start to work your way back the way you came. Stay on the bone. Now you're back on your side. Take a breath. Move your body towards your head. The ball will go down. Sink in. Tilt a little forward. Just a little tilt this time. And then come back onto your side. Shift your body forward. The ball will go back. You'll feel it move into glutes. You feel that tight sensation here. Just try to let go as you roll through. Taking that ball back as far back as you can go, cross fibering through these glute muscles. And then once you are as far to the back as you can go, slide your body to the right. The ball will go back out in the direction you just came from. Once you're back on your side, sink in, move toward your head, take the ball a little further down. You're not quite in the hip joint, you're still at the side of the hip. Sink in, shift yourself a little forward, take that ball back again. And then sink in and go back the way you came. Straighten everything out once you're on your side again. Move your body towards your head. Now you're in the hip joint. We're just going to hang out here in that hip joint. Breathe. Try not to tense anything up. Next exhale, move your body toward your head. Take the ball down. Now you're in the very top of your thigh. Sink in, tilt a little forward. Sink in, take the ball back. It's not a big move. You're just rolling along this edge of the bone, the greater trochanter. Come back to your side. Straight body, move toward your head. The ball will go down. Sink in, tilt forward. Bring the ball into the lateral edge of your quads. Come back onto your side and take the ball back into hamstrings. Gets a little wobbly. Come back onto your side. Take the ball down. Sink in. Tilt forward. Sink in. Take it back and tilt back. Come back onto your side. And come on off the ball. All right, before we go, let's do a quick roll through the spine. So grab a gold ball. Have a seat at the very back of your mat. Sit on your gold ball just above your tailbone. Feet flat. Take a breath. Exhale, sink, tilt, and send your sit bones towards your heels. And take the ball into your low back. Try not to roll over my microphone. And then hold your head and just slowly just work that ball up the spine. If you need to stop along the way at any point to enjoy that sensation, you can stop or just very slowly just work your way through. And once that ball is in the base of your skull, just pause right there. Work your arms and your legs away. And then support your head with one hand, take the ball out with the other.